Namaste, everybody. Welcome to the Beam meditation on Monday evening. This is from SakshiGeetam, verse 10. For one who is awakened as the Sakshi, there is neither knowledge nor ignorance, neither master nor disciple, or any reason to live. For one who is awakened as the Sakshi, there is no liberation, neither I nor mine, neither bondage nor freedom. Why it says here, for one who is awakened as a Sakshi, there is neither knowledge nor ignorance, neither master nor disciple, or any reason to live. There is no liberation, neither I nor mine, neither bondage nor freedom. Seeking is ignorance. Seeking is unfulfillment. Seeking is division. Seeking is disharmony. Seeking is desire. Seeking is bondage. Seeking is imperfection. Seeking is not whole. And whatever is not whole is not liberation. Desire to seek for the knowledge is your confession of unfulfillment. Desire to seek for the knowledge is acceptance of ignorance. Looking for the master means we lack something. But for the one who is awakened as the Sakshi, there is no knowledge, no ignorance, no master, no disciple. These dualities are two sides of the same coin. Because the Sakshi sees no other. The Sakshi feels no imperfection. The Sakshi is fulfilled. It is the absolute. When you have no desire left to gain any knowledge, to know something, to move ahead, when you do not look for any motivation, when you are happy to be in the void, when you see no purpose in the show of existence, you are awakened as the Sakshi. There remains no Guru and no disciple. You see, when you are traveling, then on your journey, after quenching your thirst from the water fountain, you continue your journey. After resting under a tree, tired by the heat above, you continue traveling. After seeking guidance from a guide when you feel that you might have lost your way, or if you want reassurance, continue. After taking lodging for a night's rest, you continue next morning. After eating, as you felt hungry, you continue. Why do you then hold on to a guru or on to a master on your spiritual journey? A guru is nothing more than a water fountain, a tree, a guide, a lodge, or an eatery. Those who cling onto a guru cannot move forward. And one who allows others to adhere to them is not a true guru. There is dualism in clinging. There is separation in clinging. There is nothing other than the absolute. There is only one. Then who will you cling on to? And who will you let cling onto you? That is why, for the Sakshi, there is no duality of knowledge and ignorance, master and disciple, bondage and freedom. The I is only relevant when there is you. The mind is only exists. The mind only exists when there is I. For one who is awakened as a Sakshi, I vanishes. And there remains only the Absolute without any duality. And that is you. And once you realize yourself as the Absolute, what remains to seek? And that is why there remains no purpose of the life. This was from the SakshiGeetam, verses 10 and 11. Please unmute yourself to share your wisdom. Thank you. Anyone wants to share their thoughts? Please do unmute yourself and share your thoughts. Yes, Madhviji?
Good evening, sir. The
Good evening.
meditation was very nice and yeah, very peaceful. Also, the Sakshi Geetam, what you have explained, it's very beautiful. I have one question. When do we attain this Sakshi, and when do we realize that we are in a Sakshi? Because when there is a Sakshi, as you said, that there is no duality anymore. So, but to attain this Sakshi, what is the mode of getting it, or how do we get this, and how do we know this, that we attain the Sakshi?
First of all, as we mentioned before, that there is no seeking. One does not have to look for anything at all, because one is the Sakshi. It's only to realize that what one is. If we believe that, if we start from the beginning that we lack something and we have to attain something, then that premise is incorrect. Because It is our confession that we lack something. We are not the absolute. We are not fulfilled. So anything that is not the absolute, or anything that is not fulfilled or purna, will not be able to realize itself. So to believe that, and that is why the premise is to believe that you are the absolute. You are that. Tattvamasi is the direction from the Upanishad. Tattvamasi simply means you are that. So in spirituality, the journey starts from believing that you are that, or I am the absolute, and journey finishes on the same conclusion that you are that, or I am the absolute. And that is why the only sadhana is to believe yourself to be the absolute. There is no other sadhana. It is the beginning and it is the end. Sometimes we actually try to achieve so many things in the world, even in the path of spirituality. We sometimes think that if we cultivate compassion or kindness or any kind of sattvic attributes, then that will be helpful for us in the spiritual journey. But we have to keep that thing in the mind that all those things are results. They are not sadhana. They are siddhi, or the results. So once you realize yourself as the absolute or as the sakshi, all those attributes automatically come. Instead of that, we try to cultivate so many attributes, so many virtues, and after some years, or at the time of our end of our life, we think that we haven't achieved that state of sakshi. The only reason that we were trying to cultivate the results instead of believing yourself or oneself to be the absolute. So sadhana is only one thing, to believe that you are the absolute, you are the sakshi. And by doing that, you will enter into the void, or the zone of silence. And once you are in the silent zone, the sakshiness will be revealed. And at that time, you will lose the duality. You will feel, you will know, you will experience that what is this absolute? What is the state of sakshi? So sadhana is like they say, you are the way, you are the medium, and you are the destiny. And you are the absolute. That is the way, that is the medium, and that is the destiny. And there is no other way, and there is no other medium, and there is no other destiny other than yourself.
Thank you so much, sir. Very beautifully explained. I always even though I think that I am the truth, but still I search for the truth. My always struggle is to search. And when you said that when I become the Sakshi, then there's no duality. So when I be the truth, when I realize that the truth is within myself, then I don't need to search for the truth anymore. The same with the love as well. But to get that point, I think I need to go a long way. Yeah,
It's,
thank you so much. The way you explained it, I understood.
it's the only silent zone. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you sit in the meditation, or I mean, if you are moving around, walking, talking, eating, whatever you are doing, the only thing is to observe your thought or to observe your breathing. And by doing that, the observation will be dropped, and automatically you will enter into the silent zone. Sometimes what happens that we start reciting the things like I am the truth, or I am the absolute, or I am the Brahma, etc. So mind is still occupied in reciting those kind of even good thoughts, but still those thoughts are nothing but the work of our mind. So the only thing is to go into the silent zone, and that is to be silent. And how do we do that? As I have mentioned before, that in Vignan Bhairav, the Skanda Purana, in Skanda Purana, there is a dialogue between Lord Shiva and Bhagavati Parvati. And Parvati ji asked Shiva about how to attain this ultimate state. And Shiva explained about 112 techniques. They are not actually different techniques, but because, as we know, that every skull has different skills and everybody has different attitude and everybody has different approach. So Shiva nearly covered all the attitudes, all the actually approach, or you can say all the nature of human psyche. And he explained about 112 techniques. Pick any of the techniques, just one technique. For example, the observing the breathing is the very first technique because we all breathe. The second technique or other thing is like just observe a black dot on the wall, or observe the vastness of the ocean or the sky or the forest or the desert. Depending on your personality, depending on your attitude, your nature, you can just pick any one of the techniques. But end of the day, what do all those techniques do? They takes you into a silent zone. So when you just keep observing your thoughts or observing your breathing or observing just a black dot on the white wall, what happens gradually, because there is no other thought and mind is motion. If there is no motion, mind stops. And when mind stops, you enter into the silent zone. And in that silent zone, or in that silence, which is void, emptiness, you will experience your true self. So the
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for explaining. Yes, I understood that. We have to reach to that silent zone when I don't even feel my own breath itself. Like it's so silent that there are no thoughts for sure, but at the same time, the way I breath the way I observe my breath, even that is also gone in that silent zone where I can feel then.
Hmm.
Yes, understood. There are techniques to focus on that, to become silent and not to have any thoughts. But at the same time, even that 112 techniques should be gone out for that to reach that ultimate silence then. Mhm. Got it. Yeah. We should practice that. I mean, I know when I will reach, but yeah, beautifully explained, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, got it.
Thank you very much. The session of meditation will be continued tomorrow morning as usual. So please do join tomorrow morning. Namaste everybody, and thank you very much.
Thank you and have a nice evening. Bye-bye.